So I made the big version, and now it's time for a mini version! You may know her as Kirsten Larson, but today I'm turning her into Cinderella. I started off by making a mini hoop skirt by adding some plastic boning to a half circle of cotton. My petticoat took me months, but Kirsten's was much faster. I cut a circle out of organza, gathered the waist, and added that to a waistband. My petticoat has godets to add more volume, so I cut out some smaller circles to add them to Kirsten's. I trimmed some of my leftover flounces to be doll-sized and stitched them to the hems without any problems. No! For the skirt, I squeezed a full circle skirt out of the silk organza scraps I had left over from my dress, which wasn't much, and stitched them with tiny French seams. I hemmed them with my rolled hem foot. I added rhinestones to the skirt in record time compared to my skirt. I then cut the same circle out of iridescent organza and hemmed. After a bit of assembly, it was done, and it's time to start the bodice. I layered bridal satin with iridescent organza, and then the silk organza and basted before sewing. I lined it with Cinderella scraps. Mostly. After a bit more assembly, the base bodice was done, and it's time for the puffy Bertha. I squeezed it out of my last remaining silk scrap and iridescent organza, and then I hand sewed it to the bodice. The last step was to add the butterflies, but on this scale I just went with rhinestones. And it's done! What do you think? Do we match? I would have loved this as a doll dress growing up, but alas, this movie wouldn't come out for a long time. Up next is the dress I made for my other doll. The full video is on YouTube.